You ever just have one of those mornings where you just wish you had a Dragon Ball Z healing pod to just sit back and completely just relax in, heal up to 100%? That's how I feel right now. Slow start to the morning, but that's not going to stop us from covering Palace week 6 of winter 2024. We have some incredible items dropping this week, so if you guys want to know what to look forward to from Palace, what I think are the best items for resale, what I think you can definitely pass on, and more, let's get right into it. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to please hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel and hit the noti bell so you can stay up to date every single time I post and go live. I go live every single Thursday for Supreme and every single Friday for Palace. I go live about an hour before each drop, so that's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hang out, go for live cops, look at other brands, do reaction videos towards the end, and it's an awesome time. If you want to become a member and support me even more, you can do that as well. Link is in the description if you do not see the join button. Okay, now let's look at the drop list for Friday, November 8th, Palace community. All right, here is the full drop list for this upcoming week. Actually not too bad for Palace. Sometimes I feel like it's even smaller. We got some crew necks, some jackets, some jerseys. Let's just start with the categories. Look at the hats first. Got a couple little things. We got the Ventil Tri 6 panel, which this thing, could be the resale sleeper. I mean, look at that giant Palace Triferg on the side. Ventil buckle back. I mean, this thing is hype. Or maybe not. Maybe this thing's kind of mid. But hey, if you vent, I'll look like I'm listening, but I'm actually thinking about kebabs or dog. And another fever dream from Palace. I'm gonna give these a downvote. I'm not really a fan. The blue might be better. Typically, we don't look at every single colorway for the Palace stuff, but we might as well because the drop lists are pretty small. So this hat, very personal. Get it if you like it. I'll give this one an upvote. I like the color. Polar Tech ear flap tech beanie and tiger digital camo. These things are like kitchen roll. Once you get one, you can't stop using it. And I'm sure this guy looks extremely warm. You got the big Polar Tech branding. It's not really that big. The dongle underneath to keep your chin in place. This thing looks like a fighter pilot hat from the 1930s. I personally would never wear it, but if you like it, go buy it, dude. It's probably like $50 or something. I don't know. Now, the ear warmers are pretty sick. This says reach for the lasers because the color is laser blue, apparently. These are kind of sick. I dig headbands. I think this is the optimal and coolest way to not only to keep your head warm, but to keep your hair out of your eyes. Like, I personally work out with a headband every single time. So if I was running on the streets like one of those insane people in New York City, I'd be rocking one of these most likely. Black one's pretty dope, in my opinion. Digital camo's there too. And those are all the hats from Palace. You guys copied anything? I am definitely not. All right, t-shirts are next. The athletic logo. Let's stack rank the colors right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Let's see what we got. Black, I'm gonna say this thing is like 4, probably. It's decent. Nope, this one's higher. So black moves down to 3. This moves up to 4. Green, racy green looks good. All right, racy green, number 1. Or I guess I said number 5 was the best. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's my ranking. There's my tier list. Just visualize it. S tier all the way down to F tier. I don't know why I did that, but it's a decent t-shirt. It looks kind of cool. If you want it, get it. Dogs are better than drugs. All right, now we're getting into the good stuff. Let's look at these sweatshirts, and boy, oh boy, do we have some stuff. We got Polar Tech. We got a V-Rex. We got athletic crews in various colors. Let's jump right into it. Polar Tech Shadow Hood in black. This is probably the best Polar Tech stuff we've seen, in my opinion. I like the Palace logo. I like the remove before flight tag right there. People pull that and you might shoot up into the sky like some Nike Air Foam posits. By the way, are those Galaxy Foams actually coming out? Because I need a pair. Shadow Hood in gray. Black is clearly better. This one's okay, I guess. Here we go with the V-Rex hoodie. I think this is, like it says in the description, great if you can't afford a jacket. And that's what it says. Good option if you can't afford the jacket. And I think that's definitely it. I'm probably not going after the hoodie. I think there's a couple other items later on the drop list that I'm going to be targeting, but this is dope. If you don't remember, V-Rex is that brand that used to collaborate with the US military making bomber jackets as far back as the 80s. They had some government contractors. So shout out to the military industrial complex. Whenever they get into clothing, I lose all morals and I say, freaking let's go, dude. World War III, I hope we get some good fits out of it at least. Athletic crew in navy, the Spider-Man colorway. I'm usually not the biggest fan of navy and red, but lately it's been either growing on me or companies have been executing it a little bit better, and this is definitely executed better than normal. I think this is a better colorway of the Avirex hoodie in deep green. You can see various logos on the top and side. I'm wearing sunglasses, so I can't exactly read it super well, and I'm legally blind too. Racy Crew in green, or the Athletic Crew in racy green. I like this racy green. I would love to get one of these Palace pullovers someday. I don't know if this week is the week. There's so much stuff coming out. Black Friday is coming up. I'm going for another wedding this weekend. It's a mess, guys. But one day, I will just get a classic Palace crew neck like this. I think they're sick. I cannot be a fan of this one. It's black and gold, which obviously Purdue colorway. Cannot be doing that when Indiana is on an absolute tear. So do not buy this one. It is bad vibes for sure. And this one's also black and gold. I don't know why Purdue gets basically two. Fuck that. I think this one's easily the best Avirex hoodie. I mean, super clean with this creamy tan, whatever you want to call it. Off-white, I guess. Gonna give that an upvote. I think if you're gonna go for one of these, go for this one. Shadow hood, nectar yellow, and digital camo. There it is. Those are all of the sweatshirts from Palace. What do you guys think is the best one? For me, I'm putting my money behind this Avirex Palace off-white, and then maybe one of the Palace Athletic Crews. I'd say probably racy green looks the best, and we gotta make sure we download these Purdue ones. All right, custom tops is next. We're getting to the end of the list, guys, and we got some very sick hockey jerseys. First up, the hockey jersey in blue featuring the cutest polar bear you've ever seen, or maybe it's a little fox. I think it's a little Arctic fox. So freaking cute, man. I want this thing so bad. I also want the other one. I don't know if these are going to be even possible to get manually. I'm guessing they're going to be pretty heavily botted, but it would be kind of sick if we could manual one of these. So I might sign up for an ACO this week. I think these are definitely going to be good resale value. I am going to look up some hockey jerseys at the end of this video from Palace just to see, double check where we're at, but you have the little PAL CCM logo, kind of like Supreme does. Palza 09 Palace building your world. Great design, super loud print. The 2024, it's everything that makes up a good jersey. And while this one is very cute, the axolotl is my favorite. I mean, come on. The inspiration behind Mudkip, the Pokemon, arguably the best Gen 3 starter, and it's not even really close. This one is pretty dope. I just love the little guy on there. He's very cute. Colorway, I don't know. I might be going either way on it. The darker one could be a little bit more appealing to some people, but others might say, hey, I like the white and the blue and the loudness. This one is a little bit easier to wear, I will say, which sounds kind of crazy because there's still a giant axolotl on the front of your jersey, but I think it's pretty sick. If you guys are going for either of these, I recommend probably single carding them and going for your size. I mean, XXL, XL will be super tough. Medium might be the move. Maybe I'll go for medium and just see what happens. We'll see. Definitely going live and definitely considering both of these jerseys. All right, it's the final countdown, folks. We've made it to the jackets, and probably the most anticipated item of the season is last up on the list. But first, let's look at the utility fleece jacket in gray. Vans in a suit. Are you okay, hun? This thing is actually really nice. A clean zip up work jacket. Triferg on the front left pocket. A really nice painting of a little country mountainside. It looks like something Bob Ross would paint. Happy little trees, little clouds, got some mystic mountains perhaps in the background. I don't know. This one looks dope too in brown. I think this one's a little bit better. Might be a little harder to see those red and orange trees, but I think the brown looks really good. I also love the Palace script right there. I believe the back is embroidered too, which is sick. And then of course you got it in black, the safest colorway of the bunch, but you can see the embroidery the best. I think these might be sleeper item of the week. I don't usually dub Palace a sleeper item, but these ones absolutely fit that category for me. And then of course the Palace Avirex jacket in black. Heavy ones. This one's for the heavy hitters, man. This one's for the real boys. This one ain't for the faint of heart. It ain't for no beta males. This is for the Sigmas and the Sigmas only. Look at this thing. I mean, it's the cornerstone to this season. A really sick leather jacket. I think this culminates the style of the varsity jacket in this modern post-2020 era. And I don't know if it can get any better than this. I think this is quite simply as clean as it gets. I know it's a leather jacket, not technically varsity. You do have the ribbed hem on the cuffs and on the bottom there. You have Virex Chanel print. It's got all the makings of a varsity jacket by design. The logo is super sick. I mean, this thing is going to be what, like $1,500 bucks, $2,000. It's going to be very expensive. They're not going to make many of them. If you have the money, obviously go for it. It's super sick. But like me, I'm sure most of you will be passing on this bad boy, unfortunately, or fortunately for our wallets. All right, I said at the beginning of the video, I would check the hockey jerseys out from Palace. We have the ones previously from Fall Winter 23 pulled up right here. We have the brighter alternative hockey jersey in blue. And what I find interesting is the other one is also in black, which is super similar to the ones coming out this week. And if you look, there's a stark difference in the resale values. This one did sell for a high of 300 right after the drop on the same day. But since then, it's plummeted down in value and now has sold for as little as 116. The retail, it doesn't say, but I think we can find it pretty easily. So back then, this fellow was 158. I'm assuming we can expect about the same from this week's. And speaking of the polar bear one in blue, you can see this one looks very similar by color to the one coming out this week with the snow fox. I like too that they kind of have like the evolved form or a different cousin of the bear, given that it's a little snow fox. I don't know. Thought that was interesting, but the volume on this one is so much more, and you can see the values are a little bit more. Didn't go as crazy as the Supreme ones usually do, but I wanted to just show you guys what these jerseys did from last season or a year ago, so we can get a better understanding of what is going to be hyped, what we should go after. So the black one didn't sell for as much or hasn't really peaked as much. Blue one has done a little bit better, so maybe we'll go for the cute snow fox. We'll see. So what do you guys think of this week's Palace drop? I'm overall pretty excited for all the items that are coming out this week. We see the culmination of the Virex collab, a new hockey jersey, even some alright Polar Tech stuff and some cool, just generic Palace preview lookbook items with the Athletic crew and the Athletic logo tee. Screw it. Also that utility fleece jacket. Kind of clean. I guess it had fleece in the interior. I didn't really mention that when I was looking at it, but it in fact does. Don't miss out on my Supreme live stream tomorrow starting at 10 AM Eastern, and then for Palace on Friday. We're gonna have a great time, so don't miss out. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go back to my healing pod and rest up because holy shit, I did not get any sleep last night.